Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
Nothing else in nature
It's starting to turn!
can match its raw power.
Get out of there!
Its brute force, its howling intensity,
Come on!
its uncontrollable fury. On May 10th,
It's coming!
the producers of Jurassic Park and the director of Speed bring you face to face with Twister. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, May 10th.
Oh, dude, how they stopped the sound right before you said Twister. It's like,
Little
yeah!
tortilla boy.
Little
Get
tortilla
down.
boy. That's literally exactly what I thought.
I went back and rewatched some of Pablo Francisco's stand-up recently, and it still is great. Shave him out.
It's
It's my job, Pablo. Take it seriously.
Look at this face.
It's got some chorizo. All right, Movie Life Crisis, Season 6, 1996 movies. It's the 96 kickoff, even though we're still, at the moment, still in 2025, December 30th. But we want to be ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Yeah, and if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Yeah, and so our first movie of the year is 1996 Twister, not to be confused with 2024 Twisters or the great rap artist Twista.
Yeah, all those different. All those are different.
Very different things. It's not that the wind was blowing. It's what the wind was blowing.
What? You got to really emphasize that capital H. What the wind is blowing. Dude, my kids were super excited we did this movie because they waited till their mom left the house and we cranked up the bass till our butt cheeks were jiggling on the couch while we were watching it. It was great.
My prediction is that this movie doesn't seem dated at all and your kids loved it.
They really did love it. They could tell that the things weren't real.
Yeah.
But that's the only dated part. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they were like, well, why don't they just call on a cell phone? I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, the answer is it's Oklahoma. There's no cell phone reception there, especially when the weather's bad.
I know what is fun to do in Oklahoma. Pack up and get the hell out of there.
Get the F out of there. Yeah, dude, they do you know why Oklahoma has a panhandle, by the way?
I don't. Why?
Because it's above the longitudinal line where slavery was not allowed. So Texas was like, we don't want that piece.
Nice.
And so that just became part of Oklahoma. That was from I think was it the Missouri Compromise or some shit like that? I don't remember.
Yeah, Missouri Compromise. Yeah. Oh, dude, I didn't know that. That's cool. How the states
Texas
got their
was like,
shapes.
you guys can just have that because we're not gonna not have slaves in any part of Texas. We'll just give that to Oklahoma.
That's cool. Do you know why Louisiana doesn't slip off and fall into the Gulf? Because Arkansas sucks so much.
True facts that we just made up. One of those yes and one of those no. No,
Yeah.
we dude, I watched our making of featurette about the special effects and just the movie. And dude, some of the stuff I thought was visual effects, like computerized, were actually they did it for real, and I couldn't tell.
Yeah. They could, when it was like, the cow or the edge of the, like they kept asking, why is that so blurry? And I was like, that's how special effects kind of looked back then. You couldn't, if it was really crisp, you could tell. So they just kind of.
Well, it was cool because they did ILM did the special effects. Spielberg produced for Amblin Entertainment, and then but because this is 1996, they don't really have a blue screen or green screen like they would do now, and so they had to actually paint in the special effects in the actual shot, which they shot outdoors on location. I'm like, dude, it looks so much better to me.
Yeah, and it does look good.
Like I couldn't believe how good the special effects look compared to like something 5 years from now, like not like something groundbreaking like The Matrix, but like the Star Wars prequel trilogy where everything is digital, and it's like we're not there yet. You can't do it yet.
Right. Yeah. It's not special effects. There's just effects.
Yeah. So they did a ton of stuff. Nice. They did a ton of stuff here practically, like the freaking tanker truck that they dropped on the road and exploded. That shit was real. That was an actual truck.
Yeah. That's
full of actual gas that actually exploded.
For actuality's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I remember seeing that at one point, maybe on the DVD.
Yeah.
This was one of the first DVDs, by the way.
Yeah, one of the first DVDs to ever be released. And I think they did a 4K remaster the director did like just a few years ago, which is pretty awesome.
I was reading about that on Reddit, and everybody was mad because it has like a certain color tinge to it. And they were like, well, it looks like the whole thing's in Mexico now. Because, when you go to Mexico, everything's like orange and yellow. And
yeah, that's how you can tell that you're there. I've been to Mexico and I was shocked that it looks exactly the same as here. It's not all tinged yellow.
If you go to Nordic areas, it's light blue, just so you know.
Stays white out later.
Yeah, they were mad about that, but there were a bunch of people who were like, yeah, but did you turn it up in the surround sound? And they're like, I watched it on my phone. Just like the director wants on a tiny little screen.
Yeah, why not? All right, dude, give us a synopsis.
All right, synopsis. A couple's tries couples therapy driving directly into weather.
Yeah.
That's the best I got. No, everybody has probably seen this one. This one was pretty big, wasn't it? Like, this is a storm chasing tornado movie. Everybody knows.
Dude, after this movie released, the number of college students majoring in meteorology changed by a measurable amount, like more than 10%.
Nice.
And in Oklahoma, where it's set, the number of people majoring in meteorology doubled.
That's awesome.
And when Bill Paxton died in 2017, there was a bunch of weather nerds across the country that spelled his name out with like weather lights because this movie was the reason they got into meteorology.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I forgot he died until I started doing the notes on this.
Yeah, man.
Huge
bummer. Love that guy.
Yeah.
This is the number 2 movie of 1996. It set all kind of records when it released. It was the first movie that really established May as like, you could start doing summer blockbusters in May.
Yeah.
It's the biggest Warner Brothers release ever at the time until like Harry Potter and shit comes along.
Yeah.
$88 million budget, $499 million gross. Like,
dang.
Huge, like almost a 6 or maybe a 6x multiple.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Massive. So Jan de Bont, the director, he's like the cinematographer for the original Die Hard. Then he directs his first movie, Speed. This is his second movie. And I'm like, dude, why didn't this guy do a bunch more stuff? And the next thing on his credits list is Speed 2, Cruise Control. And I was like, well, that probably explains it.
Yes. And that's when everybody was like, are we sure Sandra Bullock can carry a movie? She did a great job in that movie.
Absolutely. The problem with Speed 2 Cruise Control was not Sandra Bullock. I tell you that much.
It was the fact that the boat that couldn't slow down.
What's the name of that movie? Yeah. Did you have any awards?
Yeah, dude. So there was a nomination and Oscar for Best Sound and Visual Effects. Obviously. BAFTA, it won special effects there. Best action sequence when the farm equipment started falling. That thing. That was the MTV Movie Awards. It won that. So it
also won a bunch of stuff I saw for like worst screenplay of the year and worst supporting actress for Jamie Gertz, the fiance. And I was like, that seems kind of harsh.
Yeah, so looking at who wrote it, and we'll get to this.
Yeah,
I was like, who the hell is this chick? Why does she get writing credit?
Michael Crichton's wife.
She's married to him.
Yeah, it's written by Michael Crichton and our other daughter, Dottie's sister, Michael Crichton's wife, Anne Marie Martin.
Yeah, that's how she got it. I love Michael Crichton stuff. It doesn't always make good movies, but it's.
I mean, from the guy who wrote the book that Jurassic Park was based on.
Yeah,
and Congo. And freaking 9 billion other things, and ER. Like Michael Crichton's got a pretty good track record.
He totally does. I'm saying like I go to watch my timeline, my favorite Michael Crichton book, and it's got Paul Walker. Yeah, and I'm like, oh man, no. Even Congo wasn't great. Like,
no, it wasn't. It was a really good book. I think the thing is like Michael Crichton was really great at certain aspects of writing, like coming up with a compelling storyline, and not great at other aspects like fleshing out characters and having them talk to each other and sound like real people, which is why they had like 6 script doctors come in and work on the dialogue for this movie.
Yeah. And Joss Whedon was one of them. I do. Sometimes though, I like when he gets into the weeds with some of the like nerd stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's too much.
Yeah. Dude, I love this. I was surprised when I read the reviews afterwards because I was like just having an absolute blast.
Right.
And then I got to the end, I read Roger Ebert's like 2 stars, boring. I was like, what the hell is wrong with Ebert? This shit was
Stupid
fantastic.
Ebert. Yeah, I agree.
Turn up all loud, cows flying across the screen. I think that was the same cow, actually.
The same cow. We got cows.
Yeah.
There, you did mention the sequel earlier, Twisters.
Yeah.
2024. It's pretty much described as a standalone sequel and not really like a continuation. Also, I never went on it, but there was a Twister Ride It Out ride. Yeah. And we watched that on YouTube to see what was what. And it's basically like the scene from the drive-in theater.
Yeah.
Like, and you're like riding in a little train and the friggin' thing happens. You know what I'm saying? Like the hurricane and like stuff moves and falls and then it all just slides back into place and they go again. But that's the only ones I saw.
Yeah, I mean, I'd forgotten that there was a novelization of this written by Michael Crichton, and now I kind of want to go get that. I like to read the novelization.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You should do the one for Back to the Future. I almost bought it for you. It's so bad.
I got the one for Waterworld. Can't be any worse than that.
I don't know, dude. There's a whole nother
off the deep internet.
There's a whole nother book that Amazon suggested I buy when I bought the novelization of Back to the Future that makes fun of the novelization page by page, like what to laugh at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get that to you somehow.
Dude, I found the novelization of the original Terminator, which I used to own as a kid, and it's so hard to find now that I had to like download a PDF that looked like a poorly Xeroxed copy of the original like manuscript. It wasn't bound at all.
Nice.
I really like that one, by the way. Dude, okay, do you remember first seeing this movie? This seems like I would have seen it in the theaters. I feel like I must have, but I don't remember.
Oh, I remember seeing this one in the theater. This one was at Town and Country. It's like at the end of my senior year. I'm already out of school when I see it. This was one of those ones where let's go do something. We're supposed to be in school and now we're already out because graduation's coming up. So like, let's do this. And we did it.
Yeah.
Middle of May, somewhere up in there. I totally remember seeing
$5.25.
Yeah,
it was another 4 for popcorn.
And it was the late show, and I got off at Eckerd. Mr. James let me off a couple of minutes early, so I could walk past Radio Shack down.
You can walk directly there.
Yeah, and just go there and keep my car parked. So I saw this in the theater. I totally remember it.
Yeah, dude. What was your movie theater like snack order back in the day?
I snuck in M&Ms.
Yeah.
I still do this. Bring M&Ms with me because I don't want to.
These are nice Twizzlers. Do you have financial aid?
Yeah, I don't want to fill out FAFSA. So I bring the M&Ms with me, and then I get the popcorn and drink because of the A-list thing. I used to get it. I don't go to the show as much anymore, but like I used to get the large for the price of a medium. Yeah, and they refill it as many times as you want. So I would do that.
You bring your trash can back up there and go, "Can I have more, please?"
Yeah, and then I'll just eat that with the the sweet and salty together.
But I'm saying like in '96. What do you think? What do you think?
No, the same thing. It was the same thing. It was popcorn, drink, and brought in some M&Ms from work.
Dude, now I'm having to sneak in drinks because there's nothing that I can purchase there that is like has fake sugar but not caffeine. And I don't want to be drinking caffeine all late at night, but I also don't want to have like 90 grams of sugar straight into my bloodstream. I just want to save that for caffeine, for popcorn, and for snacks.
Yeah, I don't. Caffeine doesn't bother me like that. I could drink the whole foot bath that they give you, and then fill it up again and drink it, and still go right to bed.
Drink's got like an undertow.
So you don't remember where you saw this?
No, but I feel sure this would have been the end of my sophomore year. I had a driver's license. I feel sure I would have probably gone and seen it because at the end of like in May. In high school, like pretty much all the sports are over with. Like the seniors are maybe they haven't graduated, but they're not doing shit. So there's not a lot going on. So I probably would have did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Where'd you rate it?
Yeah. So 1 to 10, 0 to 10. No, are we ever going to do a 0?
We go 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
I guess since it's a new year, we should pretend like everyone's coming here for the first time. We rate movies on a scale from 1 to 10. We don't allow any 7s. And we rate in Chimmy Dogs, which the movie theater in the mall where we grew up, there was a Mexican restaurant and they had an appetizer or a kids menu item that was hot dogs wrapped up in tortillas and then deep fried, called Chimmy Dogs.
Chimmy Dogs.
Yeah. So how many
that you used to order and they wouldn't let you? So you would ask them
after I was an
2
adult.
orders.
I'd be like, "Hey, can I have some Chimmy Dogs?" And like, "Those are on the kids menu." I was like, "I know, but like, just bring me more and then charge me like an adult entree price for them." But that's what I want.
What was I watching? And the person wanted to order from the kids menu and they said no. And he said, "I'm going to give it to them." And then, golly, I'm going to find it. It's the
Dude,
same,
we went
that's
to
all I can think of.
We went to eat while my parents were in town for Christmas, and we went to like a J. Alexander's, which is like a kind of nice like steakhouse type restaurant.
Yeah.
And I ordered a cheeseburger because I wasn't that hungry, and we ordered Wolf a kid's cheeseburger, and they were identical, except his was a third the price. I was like, why the hell didn't I just get more kids cheeseburgers?
Yeah. Oh, that stinks.
Yeah. So anyway.
So yeah, 1 to 10, no 7s. I gave it an 8.5. It was really fun. I didn't not like any of it. The bass rattled just right. The what are they called when there are tornadoes over the water? Like a water spout or an asset?
I don't know.
Something different.
I don't
It
know.
might be something different. But when that whole part, when they're on that little causeway and it just keeps crossing over it and it's making this sound, it was like crossing from one to the other. You could hear the cow pass through the surround sound.
This would have been a great one for like 7.1 surround.
Yeah. It was really good. And 5.1 cranked to the turn to 11. So yeah, 8.5. That's what I gave it.
Yeah. I apologies to Eric, who thinks we agree too much. I gave it an 8.5 also.
Fine then. I gave it an 8.56.
We talked about this in our Nathan's awards episode for 95. We're not trying to agree. We prefer not to. We just happen to agree on a lot of these. But dude, I was thinking like all-time best movie scenes in a cornfield right off the top of your head. My quick top 3 was Field of Dreams, number 1.
Yeah.
Wild Wild West, number 2, where the like magnetic blades chasing them through the corn. And I think Twister, number 3, when they're driving the Dodge Ram towards the Twister in the cornfield. Yeah.
And number 4 is when they beat up Joe Pesci and his brother and throw him in a hole.
Oh God. That was terrifying.
That was so bad.
Based on a true story.
I don't. I never ranked my cornfield movies, but those sound.
Because
about right.
Because we're from Louisiana, so like you probably haven't spent a lot of time in a cornfield. I dated a girl from Indiana for a while, so I've spent a little bit of time in a cornfield, but not a ton.
Yeah.
And so when I see it in the movies, it's really noticeable.
Yeah. Signs.
I also kind of remember in Forrest Gump when Jenny would like run into the corn to hide from her dad before he would sexually assault her.
Yeah. I remember
that wasn't my
was
favorite.
That corn?
I can't remember.
Cane?
I just remember it was really tall. It might have been sugar cane because that movie was set in Graybo, Alabama.
Let me bring you down a little bit. Good God.
Forrest Gump talks loud. What can I say? That's all I had to say about that. Dude, this movie I felt like was sponsored by Dodge Ram because they
Jeep.
Dude, there was a bidding war for Bill Pullman's truck. Like Ford really wanted it to be the F-150, and like Dodge Ram edged in there. And I thought that was perfect because then they drove the truck into a house, and I was like, well, that's appropriate for a Dodge Ram.
Drove right through it. What about what kind of truck is this Joe drive? That Jeep is called like a
it's one of the old school. It's the same Jeep as I think from Tremors, which we did on Patreon.
Oh yeah.
Like the one that freaking Kevin Spacey and what's his buddy's name is like sleeping in the back of.
Kevin Bacon or Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Bacon. Hey, Kevin Bacon, and what's the other guy from the original Twisters? I can see. He's like, God damn it, Chewbacca. It's not him, but he's got that. He's got that type of face.
He's got the outfit like he's from Chalmette, just the white t-shirt tucked into the jeans, no belt, smoking.
Also, by the way, dude, what I love about this movie is I love the '90s movie stars because Jan de Bont didn't want to have like Tom Cruise. I don't know if Tom Cruise would have done this, but he said he wanted like not recognizable stars. He wanted like really solid actors that looked like a real group of storm chasers.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, it's such a, like, you'd never see, we saw it 2024, the freaking, like, it's it's Glenn Powell. Dude looks like he's generated by AI, and Bill Pullman's like got like crooked teeth. He's like got a receding hairline. Helen Hunt's like got like they're not like airbrushed. It's just they just look like regular people. I was like, dude, I really like this.
Yeah, I like regular people movies. They don't do that a lot.
Yeah, they
Everybody
never do
wakes
that
up
anymore.
Already in makeup.
Yeah. So, but dude, 8.5 out of 10, super fun, highly enjoyable, and all the critics' complaints were like, really wasn't a lot of character development. I was like, I knew everything I needed to know about these people. I don't know what did you think this was? Did you think this was the English Patient? Like this is.
It's not The Pianist. Get over it.
Yes, the tornado is like the third leading character.
Yeah, and it's a good character. I like it. Yeah, let's do our scenes. What's your first best scene?
My first scene is when they're chasing the tornado. Hang on, I got more. Let me expand. Yeah. The first one. No, wait. Sorry. The first one is in the beginning of the movie before the title, which is when Helen Hunt's character is a kid and her dad gets swept away off to Oz.
He's in the suck zone.
Yeah, he's in the suck zone. The second one, when they're chasing the tornado and they're in the Jeep, and the Jeep like get into a ditch, and then they just like can't stop in time, and they run under the little bridge.
Why couldn't they get out of the ditch again?
I wasn't sure about that.
She was rocking it back and forth trying to get out. I don't know.
One of the things I like about this movie, and this is a really subtle one, but usually when people are in movies in vehicles, the vehicle's on a flatbed trailer and there's cameras mounted on the exterior, and so like you're getting the like stuff is passing by you, but they're not actually driving.
Yeah,
and this one they were actually driving. You could tell because they weren't doing the acting driving with like a lot of hand movement. Yes, and I really like that.
Yeah, they weren't doing that. That scene that you're talking about, when he grabs her seatbelt and pulls it tight like that.
Yeah,
I don't know why that's burned into my brain.
Dude, I'm saying
it was a cool move.
I've seen this so many times because it was on TV all the time, and I had it on DVD.
Yeah.
Also, that ditch apparently was so dirty that the Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton had to get hepatitis boosters after they shot that scene.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
That's a lot of farm runoff there. You need to get hepatitis shots for that. Dude, that's a freaking great scene. One of my quotes is in that scene. I freaking loved it. Plus the dynamic of them, he shows up to get her to sign the divorce papers, and then they have to leave right away, and he just hops in the car with her and takes off. That's great. That's great. Yeah. My first one was the drive-in theater scene where there's popcorn and panic going everywhere. Yeah. The town folk,
for some reason, Shining.
They're watching The Shining, which was great because the director said it was a nod to how much he admired Kubrick. But the fact that the town folk are just like relaxing as everything turns apocalyptic around them, we would get alerts all over our phones now and stuff like that. They don't have that.
Yeah.
The screen gets torn and you could see it. I just spit everywhere. The screen gets torn, it gets shredded, and you could see it being projected on the pieces that are left, and the debris flying around, and that part's awesome in surround sound. It's just, dude, it's freaking mid-90s spectacle. It's exactly what I like.
It's fantastic. And two things about that. One is, did you read about how they made the wind practically in this movie?
Was it the camel?
No.
That's what I read.
The effects supervisor went to there's an airplane graveyard in the Mojave Desert, and he went out there and
you're talking about the actual wind. I was thinking the sound. Go ahead. Yeah.
He the actual wind. They bought a Boeing 707 jet engine, and they bought two, and they mounted them on the back of a 40-foot flatbed truck. And then above the truck, they had like a big box trailer just full of like recycling debris that they had cleaned up. And they would just stand up there with snow shovels and just dump it into the intake of the engine. And it would just spit it out onto the screen.
That's awesome.
God, it's freaking so cool. And he was like, because we were going to be flinging it at the actors. So it all had to be made of rubber. We had to make sure we like sanitized it. But he's like, that's what we did. We just stood above the jet engine that we mounted to a truck, and we just shoveled garbage into it, and then it shot it out.
That's amazing. See, I thought you were talking about the sound because they took a moan from a camel.
Oh yeah, the
and
Foley.
then slowed it all the way down to get the sound of the tornado and the wind. Dude, when the
Completely well-earned Oscar nods for best visual effects and best sound for this movie. It's incredible.
What about the what ends up hitting that guy? Was it a hubcap or something? When they're like hiding down in like the oil bay, what do you call that under where you pull a car up?
Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah, and the freaking thing hits him in the head, and then somebody has to hold his head together.
Yeah,
that part was awesome.
And then afterwards, the fiance was like, "Oh my god, that was so." And one of the stormtroopers was like, "That wasn't that bad. That was pretty mild, actually."
Yeah,
and she was like, "I'm out of here. I don't even like you guys."
I like the fiance. She was awesome.
Me too, man.
She was completely good in Crossroads. Are we going to do that movie? When's that come out?
Like 2001? Were you talking Crossroads Ralph Macchio or Crossroads Britney Spears?
Crossroads.
No, that one already came out. That was like in the 80s.
Was it?
I don't know.
I hope it's far enough back to where we can hit it on the backside on our way back out.
Dude, we got to get 86.
Ooh.
So it actually would be this year on Patreon if we can get Patreon back up and running.
I liked her in that thing that I saw her in.
Dude, me too. And I liked her in this. She was one of the ones who was nominated for one of the worst supporting actors, but I thought that was a really important part because because there's no exposition, because Jan de Bont was like, "Hey man, I don't have time for exhibition. I want Wynn to be flinging animals."
Yeah, start throwing the cows. We don't need.
So she has to be the fiance who's like, she's like, "Now what does the F scale mean?" And they go, "Okay, it's the Fujita scale. It talks about how much stuff the tornado destroys." Like she's the audience proxy, so that's a really important part.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was awesome. I liked her in this. Jamie.
I don't remember
Gertz.
Scott Vegeta being in this, but I did like him. I had his jersey.
Yeah. 55 in the program, but number one in our hearts.
What is your second one?
My second one is from that scene, actually, that lunch at Aunt Meg's.
Oh yeah. See, that's my second one is right before that. The reset, everybody's taking showers. We crave sustenance, that whole thing.
Yeah, dude, the whole motley ensemble of storm chasers that are in like 9 old vans, like they're freaking chasing the Grateful Dead tour. It's like poorly secured camper toppers, and it's the guy, and it's Cameron, freaking Alan Ruck, and it's Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, Hoffman was killing.
Dude,
me.
there's the cast is the cast is so good, and it's just this group of like weirdos that John de Bont wanted to look like actual storm chasers, and Helen Hunt's aunt lives nearby, and so let's go over there and eat, and so. And there's this huge long dinner table, and she's bringing out like just basically like steak and mashed potatoes.
Dude, steak and eggs. Remember? I always thought that looked so good, and then I got it at Waffle House, and it wasn't that good.
Yeah, you didn't like the possum steak that Waffle House served you? Shocker!
It's $9.99, and they're making a profit. What do you think it's made of?
There's no rats at Waffle House.
Zipper. Oh man.
But yeah, I like that they're all talking, and there's some like real character development, but you get to like they're fighting over the showers. There's some like background stuff, and the director talked in the making of thing. He's like, we started shooting that, and actors is like, you say your line, and then the next person says their line, and if you speak while they're speaking, that's called stepping on someone's lines. Actors don't like that. And he's like, no, you guys are all excited. You're like charged up. You should be talking over. You're all talking at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It's so good, man. They have multiple cameras going.
Yeah.
So like you can catch.
The fiance starts asking more questions so they can get some more info out there.
You get backstory about Bill Paxton. You get backstory about Helen Hunt's characters. You get backstory about tornadoes, what that Fujita scale means.
Yeah.
And they're all talking at the same time. God, I remember that scene really well, and I loved it this time.
Yeah, dude, because it lets the movie breathe for that one part where they're resetting, and lets the audience actually like these people in that calm before the next, disaster that they're going to have to chase. That was my second one, dude. It was awesome. And then my third one was the rival team of Cary Elwes. And they're at the diner, and they confront him at the diner. dude, how it shows like how corporate they are, how like polished everything was compared to the campers and the Grateful Dead tour. I liked how, what was his name? Jonas.
Yeah.
Jonas.
Yeah, Jonas.
And dude, his team was, everybody's wearing the same clothes and they all have the same car and everybody's got the same equipment and they're like science flexing and saying all these things and talking about who owns Discovery on certain things. And dude, it was great, like character contrast and like the whole storm chasing ethics debate comes up whether or not they should do it. People were talking about that on Reddit. We'll talk about that when we get to the worst, but like that whole thing. And then, you know, they start turning left and he's like, sir, they went left. It's like, they must know something we don't. Turn left, follow them. And they just literally followed him to do the same thing. I thought it was great. Really
Dude,
makes you hate that guy.
The whole Cary Elwes is so good. Because I mean, everybody knows him from that thing that they saw him in. No, from you know what I'm talking about. Mark, she drove the blue car. Men in Tights. But dude, he's the bad guy in Days of Thunder, and he's the bad guy in Twister, and he's the kind of bad guy in Liar Liar, and he completely disappears into those roles, and he's so good.
Yeah, he is.
He's so good at being
him a bad guy in Liar Liar.
I know he's not. He's the good guy, but he's like the corny
the
other guy.
Stepdad always gets the shaft in those 90s movies.
You're afraid of the claw. Dude, he's so good. And he's so good in this. He's like doing interviews. He's like, well, for me, it's really about the chase. Like, he's such a douche. God.
Yeah. He plays it up.
And I couldn't, like they say in the beginning of the movie, like Bill Paxton's like, yeah, he's all about the money. And I was like, that doesn't even really like make him a bad, he just wants to have a nice Dodge Caravan for his people instead of an old janky camper van that you have to get a hepatitis shot before you climb into. Like, he's still trying to learn stuff about tornadoes. He just wants to also be on TV. I don't get it.
Yeah. He can be both.
God, but he's so good.
Yeah, he really is. There's a lot of things that he's been in that I've never seen, but he's all the stuff I've seen him in. He's awesome.
Yeah. What's your last scene?
That is my last scene. The
nice
diner confrontation to the
man. It's good. My last one is the final tornado scene where Dorothy finally flies, because the whole thing is like they invented this thing that just is a bunch of like clear plastic sensor balls inside of a huge tank, like your freaking moonshining stuff. And they're just driving around with it in the back of the truck, trying to get the tornado to suck it up so they can get sensor data from inside the tornado, which no one's ever had before. And then they're going to use that science and to make better tornado prediction systems. And so they keep figuring out like, oh, we got to tweak this thing. We got to make it heavier. We got to hammer some Pepsi cans on there. Yeah.
You got to figure out a way to get them to fly, but not have the whole thing fly. You have to keep the piece on the ground. So they like bolted to the truck. They tried all kinds of stuff. And the whole Dorothy, Cece asked why it was called Dorothy. I was like, don't you remember in Wizard of Oz, it was Dorothy and she had a tornado, and she's like, oh my gosh, that's so good. And I was like, oh, right. She would be really enthralled by this podcast if she wasn't 8. Cause that blew her mind that they decided to call it Dorothy.
Well, and also there was a real tornado sensor program happening at the time that was named Toto.
Right. That's the NOAA thing.
Yeah.
Pour some out for Bill Paxton and Noah, because they're both gone.
I know. R.I.P. But also when that final scene, that's the cornfield. They're driving the Dodge Ram through the cornfield, and Bill Pullman finally decides that even though he doesn't have comprehensive on his truck, Bill Paxton, damn it.
We just did Bill Pullman. That's why.
I know. While you were sleeping, you got black underwears on. They, even though he doesn't have comprehensive on his Dodge Ram, he decides to like, F it, let's just drive the truck straight up into the tornado with Dorothy in the back with all the Pepsi cans mounted to the sensors. And dude, also, it's always fun in movies when they're like, all right, we're going to jump out of the truck. And it's like, on 3. It's on 3. I was like, don't do that. Is it 3 and then go, or is it go on 3? Let's work this out.
Go? Yeah. I don't like.
You're never going to get out of there at the same.
I remember jumping off your golf cart into the grass and it was wet and I didn't like it at all.
Yes, that's the part you didn't like. I got to tell you, except for the part where you're always real close to the tornadoes, the whole storm chasing thing really appeals to me because you're just driving around with your buddies, listening to music, telling jokes. Like, I like all of it except for the storms.
Right. I don't want to do the science part either.
Well, the cool thing about 2025, 2026 is science is whatever you want it to be, man.
Yeah. Just throw
You just
punch it in.
just make
Punch it in AI and just say,
make that
tell
up.
me what this says. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just falsify the science, but just you have a road trip playlist on. You're just telling jokes.
Having some snacks, steak and eggs, preferably not from Waffle House.
Stay at the motel that has the heavy TV on the metal stand where there's no air conditioning because the windows are open.
No, thank you.
Best 3 quotes. It's not a quote heavy movie for me.
No, it's not. I found some.
All right, you go first.
The first one was Philip Seymour Hoffman when he was like seductively talking to the fiance of Bill Paxton. And he says the suck zone, the point where basically when the twister just sucks you up. That's not the technical term for it, obviously. But he was being all gross. And I freaking loved it. I like Hoffman. He's really good.
I like when he is like kind of, he's like being really like scene chewing and like kind of douchey like he is in
Along Came Polly.
That.
Do you remember that?
Rainbow.
Iceman! Clang! Make it
That
rain!
for sure. That for sure. But I was actually thinking of Talented Mr. Ripley.
Oh, yeah.
When he's just such a douche. I love that Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Talented Mr. Ripley, I haven't thought about in a long time, and I'm glad you brought that up so I can go watch it when we're done.
Dude, it's fantastic. I love that one. I think it's probably coming up in another couple of years.
I love Matt
1999.
Damon. Nice. That's a heavy year for me. The next 4 years really are chock full.
Yeah, we're jam-packed.
Yeah.
We're jam-packed. We looked at our list of 96 movies. We each made independent lists without talking to each other. And we both had over 40 movies, and we had 30 that overlapped. So we got a lot of work ahead of us figuring out.
Yeah, we got to narrow that down. We got to throw some out. It's going to be tough.
My first one was we got cows.
Yeah. I that's like the one everybody remembers.
Yeah.
And dude, of course, my kids loved it when the cows went past, especially because you could hear them like mooing from one side to the other.
Yeah, you can hear the Doppler effect of the cow moo in the surround sound.
Yeah, I didn't put that one, but I love that scene because that's when they're on that little. Why would they stop there? I never understood that.
I don't know.
The water spout things were off to the side, and they could have just kept going and gotten the heck out of there. But I guess maybe getting the heck out of there isn't there. That's not what they want.
Well, I think my understanding was they were trying to get close enough to like unload Dorothy and let the sensors work, but not so close that they would die. And they were just trying to like figure out like, here's a good place to stop. It's like, we're going to unload and it'll come this way and then we'll get the hell out of here. I wasn't real sure either. And that's why eventually they just said like, just send it, just drive the truck right into the tornado and just, we're fine.
Yeah. Yeah. In the new one,
I don't have any other quotes.
Oh, I got a couple. In the new one, they have things that like drill into the ground to hold the truck down. They could have used that in the first one. There was one where the guys they're driving and they said they see the tornado for the first time. And he's like, "That's no moon. That's a space station." And
I saw
Jake had just finished watching A New Hope in school because they're learning about Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey and all that. And his teacher loves Star Wars. Well, as soon as he was like, I know that one, that's Star Wars. And I was like, yeah, that's a good one.
I almost wrote that down, but I was like, I can't, because it's not actually from this movie, but I do love a Star Wars reference.
I just threw it in there because it's a reference. The last one I did is, can I drive? No. Then would you? And like, he has to like jerk the wheel when he notices that he's about to hit a parked car or a freaking farm equipment.
He was like lecturing her and he was just on the side. I don't know how he didn't notice that he was on the grass and not on the road.
That's because that Jeep, it's got great suspension.
It's got that positive traction. He was about to hit a freaking tractor or some shit parked there.
It's good stuff. Not a very quote heavy movie, but doesn't need to be. The tornado does all the talking.
Yeah, absolutely. What about characters?
The first one I had was Helen Hunt. She freaking killed it. Stubborn.
First one I had was Tornado. No, Helen Hunt was number one for me. She's great.
Dude, she is really, really good at what she was doing. She's like dismissive to him and like kind of like, yeah, all right, cool. I'll sign it. Yeah, no problem. As soon as we get back, like just I like how she played it. I thought she did a great job.
Well, she was on Mad About You with Paul Reiser, and I think they're going into like season 3 or season 4. It's a pretty big TV show, but she's not done any movies. And at this time, like you either were in TV or you were in the movies. You couldn't really do both.
Yeah,
like Bruce Willis for Die Hard, that because he had done Moonlighting and he wasn't a movie actor, they're like, we can't give that guy money for an action movie. No one's going to watch that.
Right.
But the director was like, hey, I want to cast kind of less expected people. And he's just like, I liked her physicality. I thought she could be like believable as a scientist, but also she's kind of like she can command everybody. I'm like, dude, she's so good.
Well, and I remember when she was in some movies with this is horrible. Who's the chick with the face like a horse? The Sex in the City. What's her name?
Cary something. No, wait, that's the character's name. Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sarah Jessica Parker. She's in like Girls Just Want to Have Fun, I think is the one she's in. Yeah. She's in some stuff. What's the one with Peggy Sue? Peggy Sue Got Married, maybe? I don't know. It's like older stuff. She was in things like that, but
yeah, she's done stuff, but this is her first lead in a movie.
Yeah. And then next year she does As Good as It Gets.
Because of the success of this, she's in As Good as It Gets in 97, which I freaking love. And she's in What Women Want in 2000, which I also freaking love.
Pay It Forward with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Bacon's gonna be so mad. Yeah, dude, she's done a ton of stuff, but this is her first like leading role. Big one, yeah. By the way, this is not germane to her performance at all. I just forgot that she was married to Hank Azaria for like 1 year.
I didn't know she was married to him at all. What I would challenge you to do also is to pull up her Wikipedia page and look at her picture that she has from 2025. Yeah. And she looks like a 62-year-old woman. And I really like that.
Yeah.
I don't like when
she's
they
good.
Don't, you know what I'm
she's
saying?
in, I think she's the network executive in the last season of Hacks. Maybe that's where I saw her recently. And I was like, dude, Helen Hunt's still awesome. She looks like she's the age that she is, which is amazing. She doesn't look like she's been airbrushed and pumped full of helium, which just kind of throws me off a little bit.
Yes.
Big fan of that. Yeah, dude. Yeah. She's great. She's the first one on my list. Second one on my list is the Tornado. No, it's Bill Paxton.
Yeah, I also put Bill Paxton. I like him because he's like, I'm out, but he's obviously never out.
The thing that I liked about him in this movie, it's a weird statement, but I think you're going to understand. He was wearing cowboy boots, and it made sense. Like I believed it.
Yeah.
Like there's some actors that if you cut to their feet when they're stomping on the brakes, and I saw cowboy boots, I'd be like, I don't know about that.
Not a chance. Bruce. Yeah. Bruce Willis, no cowboy boots.
Yeah. Tom Hanks, he's a great actor, but do I believe him as a cowboy boot wearer? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a snake in his boot. That's why he doesn't wear them.
Somebody poison the watering hole.
I love me some Bill Paxton.
Me too, man.
He was great in Tombstone that we just did not that long ago.
He was great in Tombstone, but also he was great in True Lies.
Oh, yeah.
He's so good in True. He's in like 6 minutes of that movie, and he's so good in True Lies.
Oh, man. That's a shame. I can't believe how he died, too. I was reading about it because I forgot he died. That's crappy.
I don't know if I remember how he died.
He had a aortic heart valve problem that was damaged, and he had an aneurysm. He went under open heart surgery. Something about it wasn't. He had a stroke 11 days later, and the actual family is like suing him for a wrongful death, his estate or whatever, because they said like he didn't need it, or they did it in a way that was not okay, and made him have the stroke. that sucks because, friggin' he's not that old.
It definitely sucks. The good news for us is that he was a character actor and did so many movies. We got plenty more of his movies that we'll be able to talk about.
We're going to see a bunch coming up.
But yeah, he's fantastic in this. I think he's perfect. This is like arguably maybe his biggest role. I mean, probably not even arguably. It's his biggest leading role in one of the biggest movies. He's in Titanic, so that's a bigger movie, but he has a smaller part in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's great, dude. It is. This is, love Bill Paxton. I believe him. He's like, and he even said, he was like, you didn't have to act a lot in the movie because they actually would be like, the weather was really happening and you just had to react to it.
They're blowing jet engines at your face.
Yeah, they were flinging garbage at you. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. He's awesome, man. Who's your third?
My third is Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah. Easy pick.
I freaking love Hoffman.
He's great.
I'm a year older than he was when he died, so I feel like I'm doing all right. But I feel like we're pretty close.
In the extra year you've had on Earth, you have accomplished similar to what he did in his time.
I just been laying in a box, just hanging out.
He's fantastic in this movie. I kind of feel like he was probably I'm just making up that the supporting cast, they just like improvised a lot of stuff, and he was so good that he took other people's screen time.
Yeah,
because he definitely gets like the most shine of all the supporting. It's like Alan Ruck and several other noteworthy people.
Oh man, poor Aaron Burr. I like that guy.
Sean Whalen.
Yeah,
is his name.
He looks like one of Jake's friends, Trace. That's great.
But my third is actually Cary Elwes, because he's not in very much of the movie, but he's so memorable to me from when I think back about this movie.
Jonas.
And I just love just the antagonist. He just drops in for a little bit and he's just this kind of a douche. He's kind of snarky and then he's just gone. He's so perfect.
There was one that he did that it's around this time and it's with Morgan Freeman, maybe?
Kiss the Girls.
Kiss the Girls.
Yeah, Ashley Judd.
Yes. Now I remember it.
Yep.
That one was cool. I liked it. He was a detective in that.
Yeah. He's awesome, man. I feel like consistently underrated, even though he's done a ton of stuff for 40 years.
Yeah, I was going to say he's still pumping it out.
Yeah. And Jamie Gertz, who is the fiance in this one, she's really good. She serves an important function in the movie, and I thought did a good job. It's a fun recurring bit. She's a therapist and they keep calling her on her cell phone. She's trying to advise people about marriage counseling from a cell phone while chasing a tornado. And she's like, I gotta go. We got cows.
Do people call their therapists on their cell phones like that? I mean,
my friends that are therapists, I have a couple, the answer is no.
Yeah.
I think some of them will text. I think they'll text patients if they know them really well, but it's more like, hey, I'm going to be running a little bit late on Tuesday. Yeah. Not like, I have a crisis. Let me text you all of it right now while you're trying to have dinner.
Baby steps, Bob. Baby steps.
Baby stepping down the dock.
Good call.
Our buddy Sean, who listens to the podcast, is a therapist. Maybe he can chime in and tell us whether people call him.
I hope not, for Sean's sake.
Me too, man.
That stinks. Yeah, good call on Cary Elwes. What about writer-directors, background stuff?
Writer-director Michael Crichton and his wife, our other daughter, Dottie's sister.
Yeah, she was really good in those things that she was in. Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives.
She tried out for Princess Leia. Didn't get it, obviously. She was also in Doctor Strange, the Marvel movie. But not the MCU one, the one from 1978.
No, the one
that I downloaded by mistake, like I was using LimeWire in 1997, and I started watching it. I was like, "What the heck is this?"
The poster for that Doctor Strange movie, it looks like a Polaroid someone took at a community theater. Like you can especially now the Marvel, everything is green screen and all the costumes are freaking fabulous and made out of latex. This shit looks like someone dressed up as a pirate and like put on a gold chain. I was like, I'm Doctor Strange. Let's do this.
It's so all the things that you just mentioned is exactly what it was like when I watched it.
Yeah. But no, she has a script credit on this. I'm sure she did a lot of work. I don't know what the work was. It sucks for her that she's married to one of the most famous writers in the world who also wrote the script. He's probably going to get a lot more credit than she. But she is a credited writer. This movie's awesome. Good for her.
Yeah, agreed.
Director Jan de Bont, who's the
real fast. Writer. Joss Whedon is one of the uncredited people who punched up the jokes.
There was a bunch of script doctors who worked on the dialogue specifically. Joss Whedon was one of them.
The Storm Chaser, the stuff he worked on was like the banter between the Storm Chasers. So that's hit guys everywhere. It feels like
he was in demand for sure at this point in time.
Yeah. The Jan de Bont, the
director of Speed,
the bus that couldn't slow down.
Dude, I think if I'd not seen his name, I would have still probably compared this movie to Speed, just because they both start with like incredible action sequences that are kind of flashbacky, and then they jump immediately into the main action,
the good stuff, right? And
you're like 40 minutes in before the movie ever takes a break, and I was like, "Whew, that was awesome." Yeah,
that's how he rolls, though. Not in Speed 2, but that's how he rolls.
No, that's how he floats in Speed 2. Well, and like I said, he was a cinematographer for Die Hard. He came over from the Netherlands. He was mostly doing cinematography and then got hired to do some directing and was pretty good at it, I would say.
Yeah, he is.
I don't think he was that easy to work for, because they said that some of the stories about this movie were a bunch of like camera crew quitting because he was such a dick. Like people just walking off. Like Steven Spielberg, who's one of the producers, had to fly out to lecture him after a bunch of the camera crew quit because they didn't like working for him.
Well, that stinks.
But he was saying like, they're in Oklahoma. He wanted to shoot on location and not in California like the studio wanted.
Yeah.
But the weather was like sunny, and he's like, so we'd have to set for like 2 or 3 different things, and then whatever the weather did that day, we just pivot to do that one.
Yeah.
And he's like, and the camera crews hated that because they couldn't get set.
Right.
Or like the one where they were doing the hail.
Oh yeah.
He's like, there's no hail, and we're outdoors in the summer in Oklahoma, so I had to like import blocks of ice from another state, and then have a like snow machine that was like someone went and adjusted to make not fine snow, but like big chunky snow. And then we would pull a trailer like shooting out the hail, and then the truck would drive over it. And then after 10 minutes, if you didn't get the shot, it all melted. And it's like, all right, everybody back to one. So that took us like a week to shoot.
Worth it. I like the hail shot.
Totally. It looked great.
Over her head. Yeah.
Well, and the effects guy was like, yeah, we even mixed in milk with the water when we froze it to be ice, that it had that like hail look. I was like, God, you guys are working hard. That's smart.
Yeah. Dude, by the way, the producer, Ian Bryce.
Yep.
Did you see the stuff he's worked on? Dude,
I did not.
Beverly Hillbillies in '93, which I like that movie. Then he does this. Then it's like Saving Private Ryan, Spider-Man, The Island, all the Transformer movies, World War Z, friggin' Six Underground, Ambulance, and he does the new Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah.
Dude, Hancock, Howard the Duck, Batman Returns, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Last Crusade, Field of Dreams, Rocketeer, Return of the Jedi. He was a production assistant, really young. Dude's been doing stuff forever.
Well, one of the other executive producers is Kathleen Kennedy, who is the president of Lucasfilm, who's produced every Star Wars movie ever made.
All the things. She's awesome.
She's a freaking giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Dude, produced by Amblin, which is Spielberg's production company. Executive produced by Kathleen Kennedy and Ian Bryce. That's the Star Wars people. Written by Michael Crichton and his wife. Dude, this is a kind of a powerhouse production. Michael
Mancina did the music, even though it's not Speed and Bad Boys. Mark
Mancina, not his best work, but solid.
Yeah. There's a YouTube video of just the score, because there's a lot. The soundtrack has a lot of like songs on it.
Yeah.
This is just the score, and none of it is bam 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 bam.
No orchestral stabs.
Yeah.
Bonus good that I had is that it's an action movie that doesn't have a single weapon in it, which is pretty crazy.
I like that.
And they said, Helen Hunt said in an interview that Jan de Bont even reshot a scene where Bill Pullman was trying to get Dorothy prepped for flight, and he used a pocket knife to cut one of the straps. And Jan was like, cut, do it again. No pocket knife. Just use the... By the way, if you need to get something out of the bed of a truck as a tornado approaches, ratchet straps are not the move.
No.
Do you ever use those? I use those all the time. I couldn't...
Yeah.
If you said like, the clock's ticking, you got to get this ratchet strap loose, I'd be like, dude, we're screwed. I don't know what the penalty is.
Get the pocket knife.
Yeah, I can't.
Let me tell you what's good about a ratchet strap, though. Once I'm clicking it so far that my arm's shaking and the metal is starting to bend, I tap on it, I go, she ain't going nowhere, and I get in the car and it stays. But
that part's great. But then when you have to release it and it's got the tension that's distorting my truck bed and it's all rusty and shit, I guess, are you supposed to oil those or something? I can never get them loose.
I don't think it's like
that's the least realistic
part.
part of that whole movie. Is when he was undoing the ratchet strap as the tornado bears down on him. I was like, not a chance. There's no way.
Yeah. I don't like
knife.
ratchet straps either, but they do work really, really well.
But if the cool thing is, if you talk to people about ratchet straps like we just did, my phone has shown me all kind of advertisements for people who have improved ratchet straps and want me to purchase them. And I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. I bought a toilet seat off of Amazon, and now Amazon thinks I'm a toilet seat enthusiast. So I know they're listening.
Here's 8 more toilet seats you might like. How many toilet seats do you think I need? So, but no, I like that the action without weapons. That's cool. Very few movies.
Cool.
I was like, dude, I mean, I was trying to think of other ones. I'm like, original Jaws. I'm like, no, they have weapons in that. I'm like, there's not really. I also like that this kind of kicks off the run of disaster movies.
I love disaster movies.
Which are freaking great, dude. So good.
I love them.
I was trying to think of like, they don't do another Twister one, but there's like, the whole world freezes over and Jake Gyllenhaal's in there, but he's young.
And then there's Day After Tomorrow.
Right. And then there's like the asteroids are going to hit everybody. 2 of those, Deep Impact and Armageddon.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah. I like those. And this, what's the one with what's the freaking guy who played Bond and he was in a volcano movie?
Yeah. I don't know.
There's a movie with Pierce Brosnan, and he's
the guy who played Bond isn't as helpful as you might think.
Yeah, no, it's not Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah,
I'm going with, dude, I don't know. It's also got the lady who's the John Connor's mom, whatever her name is. She is in there, and Pierce Brosnan's Dante's Peak.
Linda Hamilton,
dude, the lava's flowing so fast and they're driving really fast and the lava's behind them. And then I watched a video of what lava really looks like for this geography class I'm teaching, and it's just creeping, and it's like it's like Austin Powers on the steamroller.
It's not quite as scary as the movie made it seem.
Plenty of time to get away.
The other good I had for this is that the initial pitch for this movie for the studio they didn't even have a script. It was just a CGI shot from ILM of debris flying right at the screen. They're like, we're making that movie. Well, here's a check. Go do it.
Yeah, here's the money. That's freaking great. That's great.
Yeah, but that's all the good that I got.
I want to re-mention that this is one of the first DVDs released in the U.S.
Shout out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now you can get it for
$5.50. Worst scene I had was the final tornado scene, which was also on my best. But just because the physics of the tornado were a little inconsistent, like it's strong enough to pick up a huge tanker truck and fling it around. But if you tie a leather strap around yourself, you're fine.
Yeah, you're upside down.
Like
those pipes, though, they got to go. They got to go 20 feet into the ground.
They do, except you can see the joint in the shot. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's stronger than a tanker truck, but not stronger than a well pipe. But Helen Hunt and Bill, which one is it? Paxton. It's not my fault they named him the same. Why should I change? He's the one who sucks.
Bill Spacey.
They strap themselves to this well pipe, and then the tornado rips the whole building apart. And also, by the way, that shot where they get lifted up in the air, did you see how they did that?
I did not.
They built a freaking cylindrical Ferris wheel situation there and mounted the camera to it and spun the whole thing upside down so they were hanging.
That's some Chris Nolan stuff.
God,
It's awesome.
This behind the scenes effects for this movie were crazy.
I like
But
when
yeah.
they run into that first barn though, and there's all the sharp farm equipment, and they're like, no.
Death Trap.
Yeah, don't go there.
Effects, worst effects. I thought the effects were really good.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a couple times
just-
you could tell it was CGI, but for
Right,
96,
that's the
dude,
only thing, dude. It looked
incredible.
awesome. It's nothing noticeable except for my kids who were looking at it critically, like I was for the movie. What
Old
about
tech?
paper maps?
Paper maps.
Big ass laptops.
Dude, Alan Ruck's entire role in the Storm Chaser guys was to keep all the maps. That's one I should have had as my quote because he was yelling at he was yelling at him for folding up the maps. He's like, look, you folded Kansas up. There's a crease right through. He's
Yeah,
like, roll the maps. Roll them.
I like a nice map, but I don't want to use it to get around.
Well, especially when you're driving towards a tornado and the guy's yelling at you on the CB. He's like, where do we turn? He's like, I swear, hold on, just keep going straight. The highway's right through the woods there. Just drive through this corn.
Just go through the corn. Yeah, they were turning on some like Farm Road 12 type gravel roads. I couldn't imagine that's on a map, but I guess it is.
No. I mean, if you get the right maps, I guess. CB radios are all through this movie.
Yeah. No
And honestly,
surprise.
dude, if you're not going to be able to make a cell phone call in a tornado, so it actually would be the same if they remade it.
Yeah, probably.
The old tech alert that I most flagged was when Aunt Meg was in the house and the house was like collapsing. There was like one point where like she was about to get crushed to pieces and die, and the thing that was going to crush her was an old school TV.
Nice.
And I was
It
like,
was
dude,
held on by the plug. Yeah.
this was a time when if a TV fell on you, you were done for. And now the TVs, you can get a 90-inch TV that weighs like 40 pounds.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can remember mounting the first flat panel we have. It's only 55 inches, but it's like Kat and I together have to lift it up to mount it on the wall. Whereas the one in the living room's twice as big. I could hold it with one hand while screwing in stuff on the other.
I mounted all the TVs in our new house. I did them all by myself.
Yeah.
But I remember helping people in college move like an old school rear projection TV, and it took like 2 very strong 20-year-olds. You're like, dude, what? This thing's made out of baby elephants and moon rocks? How's this possible?
I like it. It's super heavy and really makes a loud noise. It just whistles really loud. It's a laser gun
All right.
in there.
Final bit is 5 questions. Number 1, is it okay for kids?
Dude, my 8-year-old watched it, but I'm not a good parent. Don't listen to me. I would say,
My 4-year-old did not, but I feel sure he would have loved it.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's not like there's no weapons. There's no boobies.
There's no blood.
There's no blood. Like it freaked Cece out a little bit when the guy got hit in the head.
Yeah.
But it was
Dude,
quick.
the scariest
I mean,
part of the whole movie is in the drive-in when they showed The Shining and it was the 2 twin girls at the end of the hallway. That shit freaks me out.
I like how they picked the part right as he was hacking through the door
Yeah.
for it to blow through. That was a good call. Yeah, dude, I let my 8-year-old watch it, so I say 8 and up.
Yep. Say 8. Would this
Say
movie
8.
get made if it were pitched now? Very clearly, yes, because they made it
obviously.
2 years ago.
Nature horror type disaster movies, they're always going to be fun.
Dude, I mean, a classic disaster film is great. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan.
Yeah.
Movie or TV show? Obviously, a movie.
It's got to be.
I think the TV show would be way boring.
Yeah, just be a lot.
And I
more
didn't
diner
recast
shot.
because we just did this, and it was Glenn
Yeah.
Powell and what's her name?
Yeah, I don't remember who the other person was. I didn't.
It's
I liked
one
it
of those kids
fine.
I don't know. Kiernan Shipka.
Yeah, what you said.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could make it again, but
The weird thing is, I thought that movie was pretty good, but compared to this one, it's not.
It's really not.
nearly
Yeah.
as good,
Now,
and I don't even remember why.
This one's just out of the gate, man. It's just killer. I like it. So can you watch it and enjoy it?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's still such.
fantastic.
I think if you're looking at right now, 2026, you haven't gone back to work yet, and you're trying to figure out what to do, and you're thinking, I'll either watch Twister from 1996 or Twisters from 2024. You should pick this one.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely should. And it's not because this one comes out first or anything silly like that.
No, it's just better. It's really
Yeah,
good.
It is.
It's held up surprisingly. And like Helen Hunt and Jan de Bont did a thing for Esquire, one of those magazines, a couple of years ago, talking about this movie, and they both said that they hadn't seen it in a long time, and they watched it like during the pandemic. Jan because he was doing the remaster, and Helen Hunt just because it was lockdown. They both were like, I couldn't believe how well it held up, it still is as good as it ever was.
Yeah. I watched a rip that I made of this. So where did you watch it?
I watched a rip that someone else made of this on my computer.
Oh, nice. Because I know you can rent it. $3.79, $3.99.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see it streaming on any of the streaming sites that I have, but you can rent it. $3.99 for Apple TV. All that fun stuff.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, we have insane movies for 96 coming. We just started talking about our list of movies. And I think we're going to do the next one, Nutty Professor.
Nutty Professor.
Hercules.
What a classic. My kids are going to love that one.
I'm excited. I love the Nutty Professor. I'm ready to go. Nutty Professor 2, I think, has a lot of the quotes I'm remembering, but still, I'm excited for the original.
By the way, I just clicked on Twister to see where it was playing. Netflix.com. Click here to watch Twister. Oh no, this title currently isn't available.
Yeah, man, they'll do that to you. That's why I don't fall for that.
Yeah, what are we doing? What is that? Yeah, I'm excited for Nutty Professor. Let's do this.
All right, back in 2 weeks for Nutty Professor. Happy 2026, everybody. Vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios. That was fast.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review, and remember, don't drive angry.